I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
It's the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. I'm Al Ducharme, Studio City, California, and that guy right over there, there he is Al Romas in Tampa, Florida, and a lot of things happening. Al, do you know what podcast number this is? It's a milestone.
I don't keep track of the numbers. It's a milestone. I would say, I think we're in the 90s, 90, 95? Is it pod 95?
No, my friend.
Would that be a milestone?
It's a triple digit.
Oh, really?
Yes. A matter of fact, I'll prove it to you. It is.
Is it? Oh, it's 100. Pod 100. Nice. All right, have a drink, enjoy. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the two dicks are still up.
Still up. Get it? Yeah, man, coming off the big.
The two dicks are coming off. Woo!
The big Burr two-parter brings us right into the 100. Right. We just came out of the Bill Burr two-part episode. We were due to have a big guest today. Rather big guest.
Who? I thought we were still having a guest. Isn't he in the wings?
Yes, not in the wings. He's in his bed, not feeling well. He got the shot. He got the vaccine, and he's having some side effects. And we hope to have him on in the near future. But do we tell who it was? What do you think? Do we say who's
Jimmy Pardo?
Jimmy Pardo.
This way here,
just
in case he doesn't come on ever.
Right.
We'll mention him every episode until he comes on.
Yeah, Jimmy Pardo, the podcast pioneer, I would say, from Never Not Funny. I've been listening since day one. It's I think around 2006. Great podcast. Check it out. But Jimmy was going to be with us. He got the vaccine yesterday or the day before, and now is illin. So we'll reschedule with Mr. Pardo and have him up. But we got some good guests coming up due to the fact, I think, that we had Bill Burr on. I think some guests now are going, hey, I'd like to do the Talking Dicks, if you dig what I'm saying.
Yeah, some higher profile people that we don't really think about.
Right.
But they're all of a sudden they're DMing us saying, hey, we checked out your podcast and we'd like to be on it. And some people said, why haven't you invited me yet?
Yes, I got that one. Well, I didn't think of you, to be honest. If you want to be honest, didn't cross my radar, but probably a good guest when you think of it. And a lot of people during the pandemic especially have gotten really good at being a guest on a pod. They're good now. Whereas a year ago, they might not have done 100 of them. Now they've done 100 and they know what they're doing. So, we'll go through them and figure out who we want to get in here and we'll make it happen. Yeah,
but we actually decided that we were not going to have that many guests on. We were going to do it every once in a while, but we might have to crank that up a little bit.
Well, look where we are now. I mean, this is our 100th episode volume. And you think about, when it started, number one, it was a Facebook video about a year ago. We did a video twice a week in the early days? I don't remember. Maybe once a week. I don't recall, but we were just on Facebook with a video and that was it. And then we went over to YouTube for a while and then eventually the podcast platforms, Patreon. If you ever see the video, you want to see what's behind Alfred there. You want to see the dumb hat Alfred's wearing today. Patreon.com/the2dicks. And the Two Dicks is the original web series. Now we've morphed it. We have an Instagram page. The Two Dick. No, what is the Instagram page called? The Talking Dicks.
The Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. It's actually there's no the. There's no the. It's Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. We dropped the.
Right. I think they dropped it. You can only get a certain number of words or letters. And and then we have the Facebook page for the podcast. So we got a lot of different pages, a lot of stuff. Just go to it, hit like. It's free. Everything's free.
Al,
except Patreon.
tell the folks what they're missing right now. They're missing I'll tell them. They're missing my ring light reflection in my glasses.
Yeah, it's a reason to go on Patreon right there. $5 a month, you get to see a small circle in Alfred's glasses. It's quite something.
I look
speaking
evil.
Of, by the way, speaking of guests and things, the reason Jimmy not here because of the vaccination shot, I think we both are sitting right now with some vaccination going through our bodies. So there you go. There's another big milestone right there for the 100th episode.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people getting it, various reasons. I did the old stand by, waiting for somebody not to show up.
Stand by me.
Stand by me. I went to a Rite Aid in the Valley.
White trash. What? I did the white trash thing, and I made 5 attempts. I never think of a right. No, I'm just saying Rite Aid. I never. I go CVS. CVS. Maybe a Walgreens. Rite Aid.
Rite Aid had the real estate for Rite Aid is a little less expensive.
I see. Okay.
You know what happened when McDonald's spent tens of millions of dollars doing research of where to put their location? Burger King would just buy something nearby and build a Burger King. They didn't do any of that research. They let McDonald's pay for all that.
And if I had to choose a cheeseburger, I go Burger King. I go with the way the preparation, the grilling. You ever drive past a Burger King? It actually smells pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? There's smoke coming out of the thing, at chimney at least. Where McDonald's, I don't know what's going on in there. But
they do it on a hot griddle, whereas the Burger King does the grill. But I do like the diced onion is what I like about the McDonald's. So if they did the diced onion on the flame broiled burger,
flame broiled. That's what I was thinking.
That's what you're thinking. Kind of like our 100th episode sign behind me.
Man.
It's on fire.
Who would have thought? 100. That's hard. It's not easy. If you're listening at home and thinking, I'm going to do a podcast. Knock out 100 of these things.
Here's a stat.
It's a full year. Year.
Here's a stat for you. Ready?
Uh-huh.
85 to 87% of podcasts do not make it to 25.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You pulled that.
And it's over 90.
Where'd you pull that stat?
Well, it is a few years old, that information. It might be different now because of the pandemic. But it's over 90% do not make it to 50.
I believe that.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, believe it. Our vaccines are more effective than somebody starting a podcast. Does that make sense? I don't even know if that makes sense.
No, but I laughed at it because it's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know what that means. I'm like, Alfred's saying words. They don't mean anything.
I went to junior college and he graduated from Yale. Where are you?
That's true. Yeah. So I got so continue your story. You went to Rite Aid.
Well, I did. I made 5 attempts at different places. I went to Balboa Recreational Park and I waited 4.5 hours with my friends in the rain. I was number 29 in line, and this is to get a vaccine if they're going to throw it in the dumpster. I mean, or dispose of it. I'm saying dumpster, but I'm making that up. But they went down the line and they would ask people. They had 8 extra shots, so I didn't have a chance that day. But the previous day, they had 30 extra shots. I didn't go, of course. So a bunch of people were able to get it in line. That's people not showing up, or they open up a vial and they do 1 shot, but they have multiple people opening up vials. They can't refreeze these. So they got to toss them. They become ineffective after a certain amount of time. So, long story short, they were giving it to not Uber drivers, but Uber Eats drivers were getting it before teachers. So figure that one out, because they're considered frontline food service industry. Marijuana dispensary clerks were getting the vaccine before teachers.
Teachers aren't that important. Let's be honest.
All right.
I mean, seriously.
Not in this country.
No, we don't pay them. We don't care. We don't care about them. But our marijuana dealers, hey, come on now. Hey now. I got to be able to get my pot and be safe with the guy giving it to me. So you got the Moderna. Is that the one you got? You got the 2-shotter deal going. You got to go back and get another one.
I did. It's 28 days apart. Does that sound right?
Gay. That sounds gay.
You did the J&J. You got Johnson's Johnson right in the.
I got Johnson's
right
Johnson. I got the Fauci ouchie. She actually called it that. I was like, oh, okay.
The Fauci ouchie. They're trying to be
she
cute.
goes, are you ready for the Fauci ouchie? I'm like, yeah. Let's just do this, sister, and get it on. So, yeah, but I did it because I wasn't supposed to get it yet, but I, pulled a little maneuver. You know what I'm saying, sir? A little. One of our friends told me how to do it. One of our friends, she'll go nameless.
So you cut the line Keeney, and you don't give a shit.
Helen Keeney told me how to do it.
Don't rat her out.
Oh, of course. Her and her husband Eddie.
I gotta edit.
Well, yeah.
I gotta edit.
Calm down. And I just pulled in there at the FEMA center and said, they go, well, you're not 65. I go, well, I'm an educator and I coach youth football, and I've been told I have to come here. So I go, and I don't know. I played. I'm like, I don't know. They told me to come here, and the guy's like, all right, drive forward. And that was pretty much it.
No ID, no nothing.
Well, once I got in the tent, they asked for ID multiple times, but they barely glance at it because you're already there. They just, in 2 weeks, everyone's going to be getting the shot anyway. Who gives a fuck? So they glanced at my ID. They were like, okay, come on, sit down. Which one do you want, Pfizer or J&J? I said, J&J. Boom. Fauci, ouchie, done. Next.
And tell me about your side effects.
I've grown a second penis, and I have trouble.
The Three Dicks, the Three Dicks comedy podcast.
I wanted to break the news to you on the 100th episode.
You're no longer needed. Ducharme is no longer needed.
New page, new Patreon, new everything. I'll be bringing Bill Burr back without you.
He texted me. He asked me if it was okay, and I'm like, all right, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bill. Let's talk about the Bill Burr for a sec.
Sure.
We basically interviewed him.
And by we mean you. I sat back a lot of it, listened. He was very talkative. It was good. But, as a real pod with a guest that we'd be a little loosey-goosey with, it'd be different. But we were
a few weeks ago, we were sitting in somebody's backyard, social distancing. We're smoking cigars. We're watching the Bruins game, and it's a laugh a minute. I'll drop some names. Peter Farrelly was there, the Farrelly brothers. And Kevin Flynn, Jackie Flynn. We're having a great time. Everybody's loosey-goosey. We have him on the podcast. I'm like, welcome to CNN. And now we go to Bill Burr. Bill?
Yeah.
It's just like, it was a little
uptight. It was a little weird, but it was two full pods with a lot of, he talked his head off. You got a lot. If you like Bill Burr, and you want to hear him talk.
And who doesn't?
You got 90 minutes of it. You got,
after the Grammys, who doesn't? The funny thing was, there's a lot of funny things. I asked him if he would be on. He said, absolutely. And I'm like, okay. And we just wanted him to be like a little guesty because his schedule is insane. So I'm thinking, okay, if we can get him on 15 minutes-ish, that'd be great.
That'd been great.
But we really don't do more than a half hour or 35 minutes is the max with a guest. So he goes, I can come on for an hour. I'm like, okay. So I had to change all my notes and everything. And it was a little stressful because we did I think we did an hour and 20 minutes. And then I had to shave a little bit off for some boo-boos and technical issues. But 2 episodes. It was a lot.
2 eps. It was a lot. And, but, we got what you wanted, we wanted in the sense of if you're a fan of Bill, he's talking his head off. You're going to get some good stories, good information, and then hopefully stay with us. Check us out again. Go to the patreon.com/the2dicks.
Follow us.
YouTube. Follow us.
Subscribe. Anything
Instagram,
you do.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
It's not hard.
We're getting a lot of people that we're getting downloads on Pandora, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We're getting the downloads, but we're not getting the likes unless you hate it. But it seems like we're getting a lot of the same people who are listening, and we appreciate that. But going the extra mile, and I'll talk to people. They go, "Oh yeah, I listened to the episode." I go, "Can you hit like?"
Right.
If you want to share, that's even better. But if you just hit like and comment, ask us a question for the next episode. All of this helps us. It gives us direction. It helps us to get to...
I think people were better at it years ago. Like hitting reviews, doing things. They felt more. Now it's like there's so much out there. I think people just listen in. They just listen and go on to the next.
Yep.
So they don't hit the like. They don't review it. They don't subscribe. They just
if they're
get
in
their
the car,
thing,
they're not...
fix.
If they're in the car,
but they get their fix and go.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be more of, you would actually subscribe or write a review or things like that. But now it's just okay, boom. And I've done it. I do the same thing. I listen to podcasts. I don't hit like and I don't do it. So
you fucking hypocrite.
Can't be. I am a hypocrite.
You're killing us.
A hypocrite. I'm just saying. I'm one of the people, Alfred. I don't have a funny hat on. I don't wear spectacles with ring lights reflecting in it. I'm one of the people.
Do you know that that's to cover my crow's eyes, as Rich Voss said to Bill Burr in the documentary? Yeah. And he meant to say
not working.
He meant to say crow's feet.
Right.
But I'm taking off my glasses because it's obviously distracting you.
No, it's fine. No, I like looking at the ring light, and you can see that on patreon.com/the2dicks.
There's a little facelift. Look at this. I'll pull this back.
You just pull it tighter, a little tighter.
Look at that.
Wow.
More. I'm fucking. I went right down to 40 years old, 39 years old.
You're scaring everybody, sir. So we do have patrons. They may be having a lunch. Maybe they might be having a breakfast. We don't know what they do. You know what I mean?
And they're not hitting like, I'll tell you that much.
No, they're gone. They just unsubscribed, and now I have to go find a job. Hey, I meant to ask you, did you watch the Oprah with Harry and Sally and whatever? Did you watch that Harry Met Sally with Oprah interview? Did you see that?
No, but Bernadette Pauly and I, that's the woman who married me, she was hammered that day. Happy St. Patty's Day that just passed, but we did not. We were intrigued, and we said, you know what, that's the one that we would probably just want to check out, because we had just watched The Crown. We watched the series of The Crown, so we were like...
It's funny, though, how the ratings, they're like, oh, it's incredible ratings. It got, like, say a number, say it got like 9 million, okay, as a number. And then, like, this, where then you go, regular football game gets like 30 million. So, I mean, it did well, but it's not anything big. A regular football game does 3 times what Harry and Sally did on Oprah. So it's not a big deal.
It's no Talking Dicks comedy podcast, I'll tell you that much.
Available on patreon.com/the2dicks. Video, folks. You want video. Believe me, you want the goddamn video.
Look at this video.
But you know what?
You missed
every time I try to sell it, you do something where it's like,
I know.
Nah, that won't work.
It's my fear of success.
We're both doing well with that. We have quite a fear. You and I have quite a fucking fear of success. No, I read an interesting conspiracy, not a conspiracy, but a theory on why Harry and what's her name? Harry Sally. What's her name? The wife?
Mackle.
Harry Mackle. What?
Markle.
Who?
Markle, the actress from Suits.
Markle. Oh yeah.
Meghan Markle.
Isn't that weird? She worked with, I think, and she was in something. I saw a picture with Michael Somerville, the comedian.
Yeah.
She was in a scene with him. He did like a web series, and he hired her. And he's like, so he's got Meghan Markle.
What?
Meghan Markle. Like
Meghan Markle. I said that
on his bed or his couch or something in his apartment. And then she's the future, whatever the fuck she is. I don't even know. I don't know nothing about what is she anyway?
That happens.
Yeah, but what is she now?
Louis C.K. had Amy Poehler on like some little short independent thing he did like 25 years ago, and then she became gigantic.
But she's not the queen. This girl could be the queen.
She's the queen of comedy on television and movies.
Poehler?
Huge.
I mean huge, but
Parks and Rec.
A little fading star. A little bit fading. A little fading.
Look at her body of work and look at her body before she had a kid. Holy shit.
A little fading on both the work and the bod. Got to be honest. Both fading. But anyway,
we're gonna get so much love mail.
Point is, Harry. Here's the theory, not conspiracy, but theory. Interesting theory. Harry's leaving the family, and doesn't give a shit, wants to leave because he thinks or knows they killed his mother, Diana. The queen put out the hit and killed her. And the family's like, good, get the fuck out of here because you're not a royal anyway because your mom fucked the boyfriend, so you're not even part of the family. So the whole thing, if you go with that, the whole thing makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think about UFOs? Are they real or not?
I'm a believer. I'm a big believer. I don't believe we landed on the moon, but I believe in UFOs. How about that? What's your take on that?
Capricorn 1 was a movie in the 1970s where they
OJ. OJ was a big role in that.
Right.
OJ Simpson.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm giving you the cap.
They fabricated the moon landing with like blue screens and shit, or they made a little studio. They faked it, Hollywood.
Right. Same as Kubrick did ours. Mm-hmm. And interesting. We went to the moon. Okay, and then the Vietnam War ended. No more distraction needed. We never went back. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Alfred? I don't know what you're doing now.
I'm doing our thumbnail.
Ugh, it's awful. Don't do that. But isn't it interesting? We never went back to the moon.
We're going back. We're going to Mars. We're doing Mars.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. They couldn't get rockets to blast off. They were on fire. They're blowing up. But then a year or two later, we're driving golf carts around on the moon. Okay. I buy it. Sure. And what was the proof? What was the proof we went to the moon?
Rocks.
Okay, I get it.
Hey, this is our 100th episode. Thank you for your support. Please check us out. We do have some big guests coming through the pipe or the pike. What do you call it, Al?
I think that's it would make sense they go through the pipe, like Shawshank Redemption. Remember, he went through a pipe of shit to get out into
freedom.
Yeah, but the pike sounds more fit. I don't know, so I go pipe, but I think it might be pike. So let us know. Let us know if you heard that.
See you at 101.
Why'd you play taps?
I don't know.
That's the death of the podcast. Why'd you play taps? We're celebrating.
All right, hold on. Take two, ready? See you at 101. What? Pow, we're out.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show it.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/forward2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.